Greetings, my saplings. Alright guys, in today's video we are going to be discussing the Jordan 4 Raptors. To be more specific, like always in today's video, we'll be talking about some release info, how to cop them, and of course some resale predictions. Now if you guys haven't noticed, again, this is a terrible background. For that I apologize, but I am on a family vacation still. The last video you guys saw was pre-recorded actually, and I still want to keep you guys 100% updated despite me being on vacation. So guys, I apologize for this, but you know I'm always trying to keep you guys 100% updated regardless of the situation. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's jump right into the release info. So if you guys are not familiar with this shoe, it was initially supposed to be a collab with Drake. In fact, it was his idea to make it a Toronto-based shoe because he is a Toronto-based rapper. But of course, as a lot of you guys know, there was a little drama between Drake and Nike. Drake was supposed to leave Nike to go to Adidas, and you know, he decided to not go to Adidas. There was a lot of stuff that went down. If you go check out this S&S article, I'll just leave a screenshot on the screen right now that you guys could check out. Basically, this explains it. It sums it up pretty well of what happened. So yeah, it looks like Drake will be staying with Nike and will be doing Jordans, but this specific shoe does not have anything to do with Drake at the moment. Anyway, with that out of the way, this shoe will be releasing on August 18th for $190. You will see some stores charge say $205, $210, $200. It's just around that vicinity. This is supposed to be a rather wide release. It was originally supposed to be a more limited release. However, I guess now that it's not a collab with Drake, they decided to up the stock perhaps. I'm not exactly sure why. But with all the release info out of the way, let's talk about how to cop the shoe, because obviously that's why you guys came here. So to kick it off, the first thing I wanted to mention that you guys could actually do right now, head on over to End Clothing, and right there they have a raffle you could join if you're interested in making multiple entries to increase your chances to the fullest extent possible. Just feel free to check out any of my tips for copying videos where I always explain how to do this somewhere around the 6 to 7 minute mark. Unfortunately, as of now, that is the only online raffle we have as of me recording this video. However, I am expecting to get many more raffles. For that, I will keep you guys updated. If I can't make a video, you guys know I'm going to put all the links up on my Twitter, so it's very easy for you guys to just click the link and you guys can finish it all in 10 minutes or so. Anyway, moving on from the raffle, we got a couple of first come first serve sites that I wanted to mention. First of all, on August 18th for all of these at 3 a.m. Eastern time, we got a couple of stores. First of all, we got BSTN doing a first come first serve. We got Kicks Premium, One Block Down, Well Gosh, and unfortunately for Well Gosh, there's no product page as of now. If they don't put up a product page before 3 a.m. Eastern time, if you plan on trying here, just type in Raptor and keep trying to search that at 3 a.m. Eastern time, or just go to newest and keep refreshing that page. But honestly guys, I would stick to the other stores because they already have product pages. And finally, at 3 a.m. Eastern time, we also have Soulbox releasing these via a queue. If you're not familiar with the queue, it's just a randomized process. You get a little guy walking. Sometimes your guy makes it far, sometimes he doesn't move at all. It's just, that's what happens. Since there's a lot of stock for this shoe, I really do think you have a high chance of copying on Soulbox. I personally have copped the bread toes off of Soulbox, so if you could cop those from Soulbox, I think that you have a high chance of getting these. I would recommend trying the multiple people jig on Soulbox, and if you're afraid that they're going to track your IP address, go ahead and use a bunch of different devices like an iPhone, an iPad, your mom's iPhone, your wife's iPhone, whatever it is. Set it to long-term evolution so they have different gateways, or I guess you could say they won't have the same IP address, and you could be in the queue on each of those devices, and it will increase your chances because again, it is a randomized process. As for the rest of the first come first serve sites, my biggest tip there would simply be to set up autofill and Chrome settings. Now moving on to Nike sneakers, unfortunately as of now there is no product page as of me recording the video for Nike sneakers. However, I am expecting there to be one as we get closer to the 18th. Perhaps on the 15th they'll put it up, perhaps on the 16th. I don't know guys, but it should be up there soon. I'm expecting it to be a first come first serve release there, also, or it's actually a Leo, where essentially it's like a 2 to 4 minute draw. They don't actually say it's a draw, but when you try to purchase it, it will say pending, and when it says pending, Nike will be accepting random people's payment to who's actually goes through, who gets the shoe. So it's not actually first come first serve, it's just within that 2 to 4 minute range, whoever Nike decides to let the shoe go to. Like I've been mentioning, there should be a lot of stock for these, so I think that you will have a pretty high chance of copying these. Of course, I would be expecting this to occur at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, also at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, there are not product pages for these yet. However, I'm expecting there to be product pages perhaps in 2 to 3 days from now. First of all, we have Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs, and also East Bay. I think they're all going to be doing an online release for these, but there's no product pages as of now. We'll have to be patient for that. I'll try to keep you guys updated on that if I make a tips for copying video for these. Basically with these, all you got to do is just be as fast as you can and just keep spamming the add to cart. Eventually, if you get lucky, it will get in your cart without any errors and you'll be able to check out, but you got to have a lot of patience on these few sites. Then also at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have Finish Line receiving the shoes. However, it will be on their app, which actually isn't a bad setup at all. I actually was able to get the cap and gown Jordans off of the app, so feel free to give it a shot on there. But now let's talk about the best way to get this shoe. The absolute #1 way to get this shoe, at least in the United States. As of everyone in Europe or in other countries, I would recommend giving all the raffles a shot that will be coming out. Also, the first come first serve sites that I will be mentioning, most of those do ship to most countries, but if you are in the United States, I would recommend doing it this way. So far, Foot Locker and Champs are doing the reservation systems on their apps. However, most of the stores aren't actually like that. Most of the stores are going to be first come first serves, and honestly guys, I really think that that's the way you should be going. Of course, sign up for all the reservations that you can, but if you don't have any near you, or if you also have some near you, like the 30-minute drive away, and you feel like waiting outside of first come first serve, that's the best way to do it. I would get there at around 5 to 6 local time. Store opens up around 10. Sometimes it's at 9. Sometimes they open up at 8. Usually for first come first serves, it's pretty early, like 8 o'clock-ish, so you'll only have to wait there around 2 to 3 hours. But basically with this shoe, it's all about the waiting game. It's all about the hustle. You won't have to have much luck involved. All you got to do is wake up early, be willing to wait in line. Make sure you go to a location that you are familiar with, a location that you know gets a lot of stock. Also that there's not too rough of a crowd. You don't want to mingle with the wrong crowd. You know, sometimes people do get a little rowdy at these first come first serves, and you just want to stay out of that kind of stuff. Because again, guys, this is just a shoe. It's just a material object. It's definitely not worth hurting yourself or perhaps even your life. So be careful at these first come first serves. For the most part, you're going to be completely fine. I myself always go to these first come first serves whenever I have the opportunity because it's an easy cop. All you got to do is wake up early. Unfortunately for me though, I'm not going to be able to because I'm on this family vacation. So it looks like unless I could cop off the sneakers app or off the first come first serve sites, I won't be able to get the shoe, but hopefully I can get these online. As of anyone else in the United States who plans on going to these first come first serves, I can almost guarantee you guys a W if you get there early enough. I'd say 5 to 6 local time, you'll be fine. So now, with the how to cop portion of the video out of the way, let's talk about some resale predictions, because I know a lot of you guys care about that. I myself want this shoe for personal wear, but a lot of you guys might not like it as much as I do, and that is completely fair. So, do I think these are going to sell out? Absolutely. Do not sleep on the shoe if you want the shoe. I definitely see these selling out. But when it comes to the resale predictions, I'm not going to say that these are going to brick. I don't want to say that, but they definitely aren't going to be selling for a ton. I think you will be able to make a small amount of profit after fees, but the sizes you should focus on if you want to make profit, anything 9.5 and lower. Those are the sizes I would focus on. The reason I'm saying this is because I see this release very similar to the Game Royal 1 release, although those had a little less demand than these shoes have. They had very similar stock. Not only the stock, the release map looked the same. Also for the Foot Locker and Champs or Foot Action reservation system, normally they would all be reserved. But in that case, for the Game Royals, most of them were first come first served, just like they were here. So again, I'm expecting these to have decent stock, but not enough stock to sit on shelves. So again, don't sleep on these guys, and if you want to resell them, stick to sizes 9.5 and under. If you're wondering whether you should sell or hold them right away, I would recommend just getting them right off your hands, because although I think they will increase in the future, it's going to take a very long time to increase a significant amount. And I just don't think it's worth waiting that long for, say, $20 to $30. So the day you get these, the day you have these in hand, I would recommend just getting rid of them. But you know, if you're like me and you like the shoe, feel free to keep it. If I happen to get these, I'm putting them right on my feet. I'll do a review for you guys and all that good stuff. With that though, that will conclude today's video. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, if you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, if you're new, subscribe and turn on post notifications. You guys know I'm always keeping you guys updated, regardless of the situation we have here or anytime at all. With that, I'll see you guys later. Good luck and have a fantastic rest of your day.
Bing bang, ding ding ding, ding 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 ding. Bing bang bong, ding ding bing.